Hey.
G'day. How are you, mate?
Mate, after that intro, I was waiting for Keep On Collecting the movie to come on.
Really? It's like a film score, isn't it?
It is. I was going, oh, there's a film starting. Excellent.
Dear. Well, it's been a while since we've seen that. Actually, we haven't. Well, we did the video the other week, but yeah.
What film is it from again?
What film?
Yeah, isn't it from film?
No, it's made up.
Just made up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you're allowed to. There's a site, and you can just add your own stuff into it, but it's all made. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, cool. We'll patent that one and put it in the Keep On Collecting movie.
Collecting movie.
Oh, Keep On Collecting the movie.
The movie. It's got to be the colon.
There you go, mate.
Okay, Simon. And we have Shane watching us.
Here you going.
There he is again. Hey, great intro.
I'm gonna push the line up a bit because it'd make it look bigger.
Remember at school we used to do that. We used to go like that and face it the other way and go like that.
Now it's sort of like hanging down this way a bit, you know.
Yeah, it's going on. If we droop it around like that, it might droop down the right way. Dino doesn't have to do that, by the way, anybody. Just it's hard work. He's done well.
It's this whole way, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, having a good hair day. It's all come together. 8 weeks off, advanced hair. Yeah.
And why have you grown long hair, Matt?
Sorry, why?
Yeah, tell the story.
To take the attention away from other parts of my body that don't work.
Hey, Jules, how you going?
Hey, Jules, thank you very much for joining us. Dear. And Darth Muzzer, he's here. G'day, Chris.
G'day.
Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, I didn't have this hair last time, but I've really looked after myself. I've just let it grow, got a little bit of outside help. It's looking beautiful and colourful tonight. I hope you all like it.
You got to. That's from the Crusher collection, isn't it?
The Crusher collection. Yeah. Well, see, Phil's heard of it. That's right.
How you going, Phil?
Remember who did those? Greg Matthews did those ads in the 80s, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shane Warne did as well, I think.
Warney probably, yeah. They all those Warney.
Yeah, that's right. You haven't seen me for a while, Dan. But look what I've done. I hope you like it.
And
something different for everybody to look at. Instead of a bald-headed Matthew, we've got a hairy Matthew now.
Who we got here? Action Figure World.
Yeah.
Excellent. G'day.
Yeah. Crusher collection.
That's right.
Only Andrew would say something like that. Well, we're sponsored by Advanced Hair tonight, and we're also sponsored by Bilson's, the drink of choice.
Yes, we are. Let's take that Bilson before it even gets warm.
You
got fruit tangles?
Fruit tingles? Yeah. Tangle. Oh, it's a tangle.
Tangle. Yeah, then I say tingle because that's the lolly.
Oh, that's an actual lolly, isn't it? So let's
crack that bad boy open and go.
Oh, that is like sweet. Some sugary goodness. You wouldn't even know that that's alcohol. That's really good. Anyway, I hope you're all good out there.
So tell them your story. What's happened to you, Matt? Come on, tell them what's happened.
Oh well, I've had a knee replacement, my friend, and as you know, and it's been a good 6 weeks now. So I feel confident enough to sit behind a camera again without having too many aches and pains. And there's been a lot of well wishes out there, so I thank you very much for sending your well wishes to me, everybody.
And Matt was very kind. After his operation, he actually sent me his knee, so that he replaced. So, and here it is.
Hey, there you go.
Here's Matt's knee. Turn it around the right way.
Not this one. We're going to get rid of that knee. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Is that my knee? Is that what you're doing with it?
Thanks for sending me your knee. Yeah, I'm having lots of fun with it.
That looks too good to be my knee. I think my knee was a bit more worn away than that.
Yeah, yours had no cartilage in it. So
that is so gross.
I can send it back to you. You can put it back in.
No, I think I'll keep this new knee. It's just, did you get that one? Like, I don't even know what happened. Like, they just sort of put me out and they gave me a new knee. I was speaking to someone yesterday and they're trying to explain it to me. I'm like, nah, I don't need to know. Yes, don't you see the knees on the desk? I went, nah, I look away.
Yeah, it would have been cool if when they were putting you out to the operation, right, that they said we can make him faster, stronger.
Ooh. Well, they gave me hair. I went for the hair. I've got a new knee. I've got a new neck. $6 million mat.
That's right. When you get the eyes, and then it makes that noise.
When we get together next, we're going to have to think of some stupid skit with me, I think, like new knee, new hair, new neck. Yeah, there you go. See, Matt has Scott's hair. Andrew has Matt's knee. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's right. We keep on collecting body parts. That's all we're doing.
That's a new hobby. Oh dear, everyone just saying hi to everybody in the chat there. And there's Monique as well. I know.
G'day.
While since you've seen me, I've gone to work. I'm looking after myself. It's the new Matt. New Matt. the hairy Matt. So what mischief have you been up to in the last 8 weeks since we've seen each other?
Oh, well, that's it. We haven't caught up in ages. They flat out with work. As soon as, because, the semester's back and just flat out, and then flat out with the second job, and pays for all this crap, but just unable to get up and see you, mate. I want to get up and see you desperately.
Well, that's why we can do this. We'll do this. You can see me until you can actually see me in the flesh.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get
run my fingers through your hair.
Yeah. Fabio. You've been busy there. I can see a whole new display behind you. What is that? What is going on?
Yeah, well, I finished that cabinet, so I'll move out of the way.
I'll make it big so people can see what you've been up to there. That's amazing.
So I made a cabinet down here. I might just lift the camera up and if I could, and hopefully it won't cut out because sometimes it does.
Yeah. Well, that's all good.
You go too fast. So
go slow.
There we go. So you can see there. Get that chair out of the way. It's a bit hard. If I go like that, you can see there. I made a cabinet for the flag. So there's the flag.
Yeah.
And I made shelves underneath, so you can see.
Oh yeah, for the vehicles.
Yeah, so I can put all the vehicles.
The whale. Yep.
Yeah, and then on the other end of it, you can see.
It is.
Oh, they're all the sort of the newer GI Joes and some of the other vehicles. Yeah.
Oh, this is where you need lights to get lights in there so you can see.
Yeah, I need to put lights underneath in it, some LED lights. I just haven't done that as yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I've been doing, and that's taken up a fair bit of time.
Well, Left 4 Dead Fett says he likes how the eagle is landed there, so it's like
that's right. The eagle has landed.
Yeah, that's right. Monique says it looks awesome.
So now I have to get it back in focus again.
Yeah, that's right. Out of focus, in focus.
Yeah, there we go.
Very good, my friend. Very good.
Yeah, so I sort of
you've been busy. You've cleared out a lot. I noticed there's a lot of shelving where you're sitting. That there used to be shelving coming out coming out behind you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll have to grab it again because
Oh, sorry.
there it is, all shoved over there. All the shelving. Some of it's been, some of it's been dismantled. So what I do is get rid of that black shelving and get some white stuff. I mean, if I go behind myself here, this is where all the stuff has been shoved on a table there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then stuff shoved in the corner. So it's also been sort of shoved around at the moment because of the flag. So the flag sort of
nowhere near complete, hey?
The centerpiece sort of thing, yeah, nowhere near complete the room. Yeah.
It is a good idea to have the wheels on the bottom.
These wheels, it makes it so smooth too because it's just so easy to move. See?
Oh yeah. And they're staying still. Those figures, they're not really falling over or anything.
No, it's pretty solid. That's why I did 2 separate cabinets and bolted it together. So so it won't rock at all. It's got the shelves holding in too. So and it's got those sort of like rollerblade type wheels on it. So they're really sharp and you can just move it around with your finger virtually.
Have you thought of building it up? You know how you can see there's like I think a few people
building the underneath of it.
Yeah, have you thought about doing that?
I thought about that, but at the moment I just like it how it sits naturally. Yeah, you know, but I still can do it. I could buy a board, sit on, and build it up. Yeah, but I thought I'll just get that done and out of the way.
That looks good. Well, just enjoy it for the time being. It's a new toy, isn't it? So
it is. It's like just like a new thing for me. That's why on Instagram, I got a photo of it with everything on it.
No, it's good, man. Good. So you've been busy doing that and buying some toys, I imagine, to fill it up with.
Yes, buying some toys. I mean, we'll start with a bit of Motu because these ones are from the Netflix series. Dropped it, of course, already. And so these are from the Netflix series. So we'll start with the Skeletor one.
All right.
This one's called. It comes with his stuff. There, it's like he's all green. I'm not sure if he's glow in the dark or not, but
it looks a bit translucent.
It's green. And we'll have to charge him up and see if he glows.
Turn the lights off later and see if he glows.
But this one he rides on. He's sort of like monster here. This one's called Battle Bones. Now, Battle Bones was, of course, the one with the carrier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that's completely different.
Yeah, completely different. Because it's obviously a monster he rides. He sits on top of it there like that.
Yeah.
So I can even get these things in the camera properly. Yeah. So that one was Battle Bones, and it was fairly odd. And I went, "Oh, grab that." They're already gone. It's straight away gone.
Oh yeah, Motu stuff's really, really popular at the moment.
Yeah, and this other one, He-Man. And that's Stridor.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
New interpretation of Stridor.
Yeah, Stridor was a bit brown and white before. Very robotic looking.
Yes, I mean the tails. At least the tail. This tail's it's a sort of a rubber, so it won't snap. Snap off and things like that.
Yeah, so that's from the CGI cartoon, isn't it?
It's from the Netflix CGI cartoon. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, not the Revelation one or whatever they had.
No, not the Revelations one. It's it's that because it's the big bloke. Yeah,
that's it. CGI.
Yeah, CGI. I mean, he's in a different coloured thing there, but they're quite. What else have I been getting? I could open a box actually.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Maybe I'll do the same after you.
All right. Yeah, let's open the box. Something come the other day. So let me Let me open something up. See what I got.
We need music.
Do. eBay doesn't have music, do they? Do they have?
They do have some music on here, so we can.
I remember that song. I bought it on eBay. Tell me why.
Oh yeah, with that. There you go. Look, it's music playing. That is rocking out, man. That is rocking out.
it's like pass the parcel where the music stops. You go, oh,
yes, stop.
Stop. Here we go. Now this one's I know what it is. It's a Joe Joe, of course, because that's my thing at the moment. There we go, and that's Slugger.
Thanks, Slugger.
Because obviously it fires a big slug, because it's on water.
Thanks,
Slugger. Yeah. So there you go.
There's a boost cannon on that.
Yeah.
Do you know
84.
84. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got the covers on them.
Yep.
The only thing it is missing. It's got this thing at the back. It's like a little rake that comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a grader, like a bulldozer.
Like a grader, yeah. So and the only thing missing on it is a little machine gun that's sat up there.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe I'll find that in some somewhere along the line.
Did it come with a does it come with a driver, that vehicle, or no? It's a driverless.
No, not this one. They did different. They did 2 or 3 different versions. They did a green one. This is the camouflage one, and they did a brown one, I think, later on.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. So at the moment, I saw this one because I haven't seen this one before. I haven't sort of found this one.
But it's like that with a lot of Joe. There's so many that you'll go looking on eBay and you'll just, or even at a show, and there'll be something new that you've just never seen before. Like those videos that they do of some cons over in America, and they're just full of G.I. Joe vehicles. And
I know.
Oh, I didn't even know half of these existed. So
yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, there's a lot of it. I mean, I'm still going through the figures that I've got.
Right.
Imagine the little accessories. I was doing that before we started got on and having a chat.
Yeah.
And with all these little accessories they come with, and it was like not him, move him out of the way. It was like this one. I had this figure, and I going, and I looked around, and then I had the gun, and that sort of clips on the side. Yeah. I couldn't believe I had the gun. It was in all those accessories that kid kept.
Yep, that's amazing.
Because that figure that it came from Vinny's, that one.
Okay.
And it was just went, I wonder if in all that collection of accessories, it had the gun, yeah.
Hey, TJC.
How you going?
Morning in the UK and evening in Australia. I think the UK guys, I found out this morning they got a big toy fair on. One of the big toy fairs is NEC. And so a lot of the UK guys are on at the NEC toy fair today. So that, I think they're probably all having a good time hunting some toys. All the guys over there.
Excellent, yeah.
Anything else you've been picking up there?
I have got, I got some stuff. I got some turtle figures. Yeah. I got those figures for you, those He-Man ones.
Oh yeah.
In my that one that Samurai.
Yep.
That's the one you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, Samurai. Yep.
And a King Randor.
Yeah, he's from the 2002 cartoon. Yep.
Yeah, and I did get one, but I don't know where I put the King Randor.
Oh.
But, they had Taylor. They had these ones. In
the palace.
Snake Man Infiltrator.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
I think you got it as well, didn't you?
Yes, I got that one.
You got Squeeze.
Squeeze, yeah, got Squeeze.
Good Squeeze.
Yeah.
Was it Serpent Claw?
Oh yeah, I didn't bother with that Man at Arms one. That's okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks
he's
pretty
cool.
cool. And then Spike Ore.
Yes. In the old version, see how he's got a trident thing there? In the original, it was like a chrome, but it's just a dull, like a matte grey now. So
Yeah, yeah. I think so. With any vac metal thing, it would cost them a fortune now. They even sort of
yeah. So they
do
just
the old vac metal and things like that.
Yeah, they leave it off.
Snake Trooper.
Oh, the Snake Trooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a robot, actually.
Is he?
He's a bit like the Horde Trooper. So they're robots, those troopers. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you can have a few of them. They're just like a troop builder, really.
Yeah, I got two of those. Yeah.
Oh, good. You did have a second one.
Yeah, you did have a second one
already.
Yeah, I think because it's like the other one, Copper Khan there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. Are you gonna open them?
Yeah, I will open them. Once I get room.
Well, once you tidy up your room and finish doing what you got to do. Unfortunately, can't make the NAC. Hoping over like Echo. Oh, okay. So you got Echo the week after. Is that Echo predominantly a Star Wars convention? TJC. I feel that is. It seems to be on every year. Echo, or maybe twice a year. We're lucky to get it. Well, we get probably about 6 toy shows a year in close by, don't we? And there's a few more in Melbourne if we're willing to travel, but that is a bit of a travel. No, they're good. They're good, Andrew.
Hey,
they're good. Those Motu ones.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, and then because we picked up that cheap the land shark.
Oh, the land shark, $20. Yeah, well, in Casey's, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's
quite good, that one. Yeah. I've been looking out. Yeah, g'day. But I've been looking out for the other to see if they got any other vehicles coming through, but
nothing.
Not as yet. So who knows when the new Snake Mountain will come in?
Well, it's on Pop Culture site for November, so potentially November. I think they want about 180 with free postage, so that'd be
consistent with Toy Mate.
I've seen a few on Facebook. A few guys in the Master Universe group have got it sent from Big Bad Toy Store over in America, and I think I worked that out, and that would be. You'd be looking about $260, $70 to get it from America out to here. So
yeah,
just wait. It'll come out. It's coming. Trying Star Wars. Yeah, okay. That's the first one. Ooh, so you're definitely looking forward to that. What's the big one they had? And Scuba went over for it and met up with everybody at Leicester Toy.
Star Wars one.
Yeah, there's a massive one. They're going to have it in Japan in a couple of years. So,
what was it called?
We're thinking about going to, aren't we? So everyone's saying good morning, Deddy, Muzza, Terry. Yep, TJC, Terry. Oh, very good, my friend. Very good. You have been busy, but you got a long way to go in your room, haven't you?
Yeah, all the Ninja Turtle stuff, because when I start sort of with the white cabinets.
Yeah.
I'll start in that corner and sort of work out, and move things around. So because it's too dark otherwise, all these black cabinets they're way too dark.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't. Yeah, it just lights it up. But, you can see the difference when you use something white. Even with the JoJo there, the flag, it just sort of lights.
Yeah. Well, I look at these ones here behind me, and it's not white; it's a timber, but. I look at over here in front of me, and that's all the black shelving, and everything's a little bit dark. Even though I haven't got my glasses on, I can't see really well, but it looks a bit dark. So the question on all our lips, Andrew, is: are you backing the Ghost, the HasLab Ghost?
Yeah, yes, I am backing the Ghost. Yes. And lucky it did because you go. It was on there for a week.
Yeah.
And then I thought, they must They must have just letting it run because it went over the amount.
Yeah.
They were going to back it up to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, gone off the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they obviously got to the limit that they wanted, and then they just cut it off.
Yeah,
Zing, our pop culture store just took it off. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
If you go to the shuttle, has it got the picture of the shuttle?
Yeah, it does. Let me just flick through. So we've got.
You find that, I'll grab something down.
Yeah, there you go. The is it the Phantom 2? They call that.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yep. I am vaping.
Anything's dropping?
Well, there goes a few figures tumbling down. It's like we need music again. Like, it's like waiting music.
So that's the second one in the cartoon.
Right.
It was this one that they had.
Right.
That was, that one, the Rebels one, and that came out of it. And then apparently it got destroyed. So
yes.
And then they had so this one's from the more the Ahsoka series.
Yeah.
Not the new one in it. And that, but yeah, I went, oh, the other one got destroyed, so that's the one to chase. So that's why I did. I grabbed the last toy show. I grabbed that one.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
So,
how do I'm trying to bring it back. Here it is. There it is. That's the
yeah. So hopefully, if when I get it, I can have this one with it as well.
Okay, this one looks really tiny. Like
they're not tiny. That's a 3 3/4 figure. Yeah, I suppose it is a little bit tiny too because they had it in the Ahsoka. Flying it in the Ahsoka series. So yeah, it is a little bit smaller in scale than what it should be.
Yeah, well, that's the side view with a 3 3/4 figure, and that's the internal. It's not a very big picture, sorry, but that is the internals. It looks quite. It looks quite small, doesn't it? Anyway,
it's a fair size. It's about as big as probably the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh,
yeah. So
it's not the original. You're talking about the later.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just as big as that. So
there you go, Andrew. Darth Muzzer has also backed the Ghost.
Excellent.
Fellow Ghost backer. I wonder who else has backed the Ghost. Wonder if you like people like Dan and what's his name, Usual Mike. I wonder if they've backed him as well. So that'd be interesting.
But when they do these HasLab things, they go, yeah, the Ghost is nice, but well, imagine them actually doing, say, a playset, good size round Death Star that you could take.
Oh, yes.
You could open up the panels or something like that, I mean, it'd be a fair size ball. But there's something like that would be good,
Yeah, I reckon it's funny. I've been watching on, there's a guy called Mr. Home Arcade, and he does a lot of Motu stuff, but he found on Etsy all these guys that are creating, with their 3D printers, a lot of like play sets for Masters of the Universe, like in a palace, like the Eternos Palace, and they open up just like the Grey Skull and Snake Mountain. They open and they close, and they got like playability in there for figures, like it was a play set from the 80s. It's quite amazing, like what they can do with these 3D printers. So anything I've ordered lately is a reissue of Fortress Maximus. What's that? Is that Star Wars?
Is that like Bickus Dickus?
Is that that's Transformer? I'm guessing. I've never find him as a kid, so I'm guessing.
Transformers. Okay, yeah.
Maximus is a Transformer.
Fortress Maximus.
The thing is, TJC, like that. I had a few Transformers, and I've still got them as a kid, like from my childhood. This sitting there, and they're all like G1s, but hair problems.
Get it without having hair, isn't it?
um, but they, a lot of G1s. But I haven't. Yeah, that there's so many Transformers. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to. Yeah, there you go. I'm really happy with the G1s that I've got. And that's one thing that Andrew and I would like to do is we're going to do a challenge where we've got to try and transform the Transformers because Andrew's going to get absolutely annihilated.
Because believe it or not, I do not have one Transformer.
Oh, really?
Not one. I don't think so, unless something there was a little one that came with, it's bits and bobs from eBay or something like that.
Yeah.
But I never got them because maybe I wasn't intellectually sort of like sufficient to transform them.
Well, you need a Bumblebee, don't you?
Well, he's pretty simple, is he, to transform, or I'll end up snapping him?
You just fold his feet up and then you tuck his head in like that, and then his arms kind of come down. This is not an instructional video, my friend. This is a race. I win. But yeah, he's like so I guess they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves, and he's in. He's done.
No.
So,
but some of those other ones, like they're very complicated, aren't they?
Yeah, some of the bigger ones. Like then you're starting to get into the mid-range ones, and they're starting to like there's Trailbreaker. This is the one I got from Kyle. That's the one. So I had this one as a kid. So this is not my kid one, but to transform that one would take quite a few moves.
What's he called? Joint Breaker.
Joint Breaker.
Snap man!
Named after me. Trailbreaker. Yeah, he's a bit of he wasn't my favorite, and I actually forgot until I seen him at Kyle's. I'd actually forgot that I actually had him as a child, and I seen him there and went, "Oh wow, that's one that I need to get back into the collection." So Kyle did a deal. Anyway, hey Andrew, have you seen this? I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to have to keep it in box because if I pull it out, you won't be able to see it.
Oh,
look at that!
That's cool.
It is very cool, isn't it? I'm going to swap over and make myself big. Yeah, the Invisible Jet, the McFarlane one. So there was this guy on Australian eBay, and he was selling these pretty much at price as what they were online, and so I snaffled it up.
Excellent. You opened up an empty box.
If you can see it, I don't know. You might not be able to see this, but you can probably see Wonder Woman in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And you press there's a big W on the front, and you press that, and there she is.
She flies out.
Spring loaded. Goes. And that's the new Wonder Woman there. So.
Are they still in a cloth cape, or is it still that plasticky?
No, it's not plastic. It's like it is a fabric.
Yeah, it is fabric, so it won't crease.
And they've learned. I've just dropped something. But then they've learned their lesson. It's really good because remember in the first releases of Batman, they put a tag through it and left a hole in the tape. Yeah, they've learned from that, and they're not doing that anymore. So, which is really good.
Hands off, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm really happy with the Invisible Jet from Wonder Woman, and it's got like a feature that it's got this part down here, and that drops down like that, and I don't know how to.
It flies over and grabs unexpecting men.
Yeah, that's it. Come back to what's their island? What's the island she comes from?
Let me say it. Themyscira.
You sure? Themyscira. Yeah. Oh, I've got to get myself off here.
I'm sure it is Themyscira. If people in the chat.
Is it?
Hey, Rolando.
It's Rolando. G'day, Rolando. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Here's a guy.
Oh,
Hazel. My God.
Here goes Hazel.
So the rumor is this man has moved from Queensland to Western Australia.
Oh gosh,
that's the rumor.
Get further away.
Confirm or deny this rumor. We've got to keep tabs on one of our favourite YouTubers. Yeah, it's incredible. Everyone's just saying hello to Orlando and Mr. Zazel, so it's cool. And we've got, g'day, TJ, a work in progress. Hello. Thank you for joining. We're just catching up. It's been approximately about 8 weeks since we've actually seen each other. I've had a hair transplant and it's going really well. So I'm pretty impressed with what's going on there.
And Matt's got a new knee, and I've got his old one right here for people. So there's his old knee.
My old knee. I've got Scott Crusher's hair. We're all good.
You can do those. You can do those glamour shots now. Oh, that's what you're going to do. So you're going to have the hair.
Yeah,
and that's sort of like that clickbait for the thumbnail.
Oh, I never thought. Yeah, that'll be the new thumbnails in my hair. Like,
yeah, and then when you click on it, there's some old bald bastard.
Look, it's Pete. G'day. Yes. Yeah, Pete. There you go. Another one with long hair, Pete. That could be a Pete.
Oh, that's right. Because you're a PJMer. Yeah.
Yeah, a pajama. I'm a PJMer. Pajama.
PJMer.
Yeah. There you go. That's a dad joke. He didn't need it.
He didn't need it. No.
Well, we got Dino in the green room.
Cool. So, bring him on.
I will. We don't. I'm going to introduce our guest. Our guest is someone that needs a little introduction. Oh, you're going to get something ready for Dino?
I am.
Yep. Let's wait, Dino. We're going to get you on in a sec, mate. Just wait a sec. He's got Geek Strong. He's got a very cool channel. Does a lot of toy hunting. Actually, I'm going to get Dino on. Wait, let's just compare ourselves to Dino. These things have got to be done because we're dags. All right, you ready? I'm just getting him on. Things aren't working properly. Bear with me, everybody. I've got like only 2 hands. I probably need bigger hands. All right, let's get him on. Hey
guys.
We're flirting to you.
We thought we'd give you the Snake Mountain welcome.
It's like the best gimmick, right, for a toy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
we love it. But we can't talk like this all night, can we, Dean?
No. So
that'll drive you absolutely crazy.
Have you picked up the Origins version?
No, we haven't. We hasn't quite hit Australian shores yet, unfortunately.
Mine's right there.
Oh man,
we have to stick with the old one at the moment.
I'm debating. I don't know what to do because I don't need 2 Snake Mountains. So what do? Do you keep the old one? I don't know what to. They're so similar.
You never get rid of anything. That's the trick.
This is what happens. I have like 0 space now.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
So everyone, welcome, Dean. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We've been talking to you quite a bit. Like we've been watching your stuff, like your videos, like your toy hunts. We compare them to the Greg Cooks. We love your toy hunts, and you're going into all these different. Like there's that Halloween shop, and it's just absolutely fascinating. Your reviews, like you have complete utter fun with some of your reviews. Like I watched your Jurassic World one, your Steven Spielberg, and you're sitting there with the clapper board with that it comes with. And I'm just going, this is it. This is what you got to do with your toys.
Exactly. I have fun. That's one of the things I love about YouTube is just trying to be a little bit creative and having fun and just being yourself. That's what I enjoy about it, Once it stops being fun, that's when you stop. But I'm having fun.
I know. Yeah. I think we first discovered you, and I showed my missus because she's a little bit into fitness. And some of your first stuff was you're going in the aisles doing toy hunts, but you're also mixing up like some push-ups. Well, we've got to get this from the lower shelf, so let's go down and do some push-ups and get this.
Yeah, that was good. I don't do that much anymore.
No, I
actually hurt my knee. Doing about a year ago, I hurt my knee, so I backed off on weightlifting. But I'm back. I came back Labor Day weekend here with my son. So we're having fun. We've been going early in the morning. That's why 6 o'clock coming here. Excuse my hat. My hat's all crooked. It is early. It is 6:40 in the morning here. But usually we're at the gym by 5:30, and we're working out for about an hour or so. So
Wow.
I'm back at the gym, hopefully to get back in shape a little bit. I won't be competing anniemore. No more bodybuilding competitions for me. But
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you
enjoy it?
Toys are getting heavier anyway to lift, and
yeah, that Snake Mountain was pretty heavy.
yeah,
There's no way I was
struggling to
doing
bring
lunges
these things
with that.
back.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Pete. Yeah, if you get two of those boxes and get a rod, you could sit there with them and do that.
Exactly.
And you like doing your stop motion too, which we enjoy on your channel too.
Thank you. I love the green screen. It just happened to, I was doing a live stream with a few of the guys in the community, Oakhurst Studios, Cap Cave Josh, Dandy 1981, and GeForce. We were doing points of articulation, and we would, creating stuff for our collection, whether it was photo photography or building stuff, green screen work, stop motion, whatever. And it just kind of fell into place, and I enjoyed doing it. So I kind of incorporated it in some of my videos.
Yeah, it takes a while too, doesn't it?
No, not really. The app is so simple. You just click it, move it. It falls over. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, Man, my hat is all over the place this morning.
Yeah, take it off.
I think it's just my computer's crooked. So give me a second.
I didn't know if I was going to get Dino or She-Hulk.
Yeah. There we go.
That's all good.
So happy October 1st. Do you guys celebrate Halloween?
Oh, not really. It's sort of like a little bit bigger now than it used to be.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, it's we don't sort of like do the tradition. People are a bit in Australia. They're a bit off-putish with that sort of thing, with people coming around knocking on the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sort of thing. And I mean, I'd love to go to the States and experience something like that. And
how about the stores? Do you have like an aisle of Halloween decorations and stuff?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
because
they're all got it. Because we still got Kmart. We've got Kmart.
Ooh, nice.
Your version of Walmart, which we have Big W, and then we have Target as well. And they all sort of stock the Halloween stuff, and it's quite good. I mean, it's nothing like the one you go to. It's like a warehouse.
Oh, the Spirit Halloween is like that is so fun. I heard they're gonna stay open all year long, but I don't know how that would work. I mean, people like Halloween for maybe 2 months going through the stuff, but I couldn't imagine going in like June.
But we were surprised at the prices though with some of these things. Those masks, they were like, you were showing them like $60 or $70, and
they're pretty good quality. Yeah.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Scott.
That's all right.
Yeah. And I mean, even some of the Halloween stuff we showed are like collectible. So from the different IPs and things like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and all that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it'd only be our generation to remember the film.
Right. It for some reason it's hitting pretty big at Spirit Halloween. It's like every year they come out with something new. They have the acid pie, they have the gun, they have the popcorn, big gun. They have mask costumes. I don't know why all of a sudden it's like it's the thing. And you see like the animatronics of the Killer Clowns too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you do your house? Do you do the front of the house yourself?
When my kids were little, I used to take a day off of work and decorate the whole yard. Because I had some animatronics also, but I don't leave them out all year. So I would take a day off of work and set up for like 6 hours and then bring it all back in that night and put it all back up in the attic. But normal, blow ups and stuff like that, we would keep out. But I haven't done it in a couple of years because my kids, my son's 17, my daughter's 22. And because I did it so often when they were little, it wasn't like a big deal anymore. You know what I mean? It was just the norm. And I would show them, I would spend hours decorating this stuff, expecting them to come out being like, wow, this is amazing. They'd look and they'd go, oh yeah. And they'd go back in the house. And I'm like, what? you know. But now they really appreciate it. My son keeps saying that he's going to go out there and decorate, but he said that last year and never did it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I imagine it would be. And some of those animatronic ones look so expensive. I'd hate to put them out and then they get stolen or something like that. And
exactly.
You know,
I mean, I think I
sit
saw a
out
couple of like $400, $400 for like an animatronic of Mars Attacks, but that's cool. Mars Attacks, that's you know, you don't see stuff like that.
No, that's something you'd actually put in your collection room because it looks that good. You know,
when the kids were little, I had a 6-foot Leatherface. I had who did I have? I had Jason Voorhees, and I had another one. I can't remember who it was, but I had 3 large animatronics of them and kept them in this toy room. I didn't have as many toys as I do now, so I had room for it. But they wouldn't come down here. They wouldn't come downstairs in the lower half of the house. They were too terrified. So I had to put them up in the attic, and then I eventually just traded them or sold them.
It'd be good. You just keep them as guards at your toy room door. Yeah. Keep the kids out.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you wouldn't people wouldn't steal them, would they? Like, surely they. Sure. Oh, am I just naive? They wouldn't be doing that at Halloween. Like, you decorate all your lawns, and no one would.
I know people do a lot of pumpkin smashing, so people put their pumpkins out and they would grab them and smash them on the street and things like that. Pumpkins, as far as decorations, I don't know. I'm sure I wouldn't risk it. You have a animatronic that's a couple $100. I wouldn't want to wake up having it missing. Yeah, for sure. And plus the weather, you know, especially in October, it gets damp. So I don't want that stuff to get damp. Or if it rains a lot in October. Yeah. What are you in now? So it's autumn, which is fall? Yeah, so we're fall now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's starting to get cold. Yeah, it's time to start raking the leaves soon. It's tough because you have a YouTube channel and you buy toys, do toy hunts, but now there's so many house chores to do between like raking, picking up acorns, washing, doing all these things. It's hard to balance everything. Yeah, that's called life. Yeah, this adult thing is overrated, man. Absolutely. That's for sure. But you still seem to manage to smash out a few videos a week, Dino. Yeah, I try. It's the toy hunts are pretty easy. You just go in, film, and then you just kind of chop it up a little bit. As far as like doing an actual video, like some of these videos that people don't realize, like I'm sure you guys realize, it's like I could do one 10-minute video and it would take me 8 hours to do it. Yeah, it sometimes takes a while, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. That whole but I enjoy it. It's fun being creative and doing all this stuff. So I'm not complaining at all, but it takes a lot of time. So you have to find and manage your time. That's right. Yeah, there's a process. And I think I think with my other half, she goes, "Oh, do you need to edit a video tonight?" And you go, "Yep." So they just leave you alone for a week. Yeah, I do a lot of. Do you do voiceover when you do your videos? Do you film and then voice over? But I've got to do one. Yeah, I'm doing one now. So with a voiceover. So yeah. So it's almost double the work in a way, right? But it sounds
especially for Matt, because Matt does all the editing. I just help do the videos, and because I'm hopeless at that sort of thing. I had a program on the computer, and the computer did update and remove the program.
Oh man.
So I have to sort of learn how to try download the old program again. But I'll put it up on private. Matt would take it down, and he'd do all the editing. Yeah. Because we live, I'm in Sydney, and Matt's up the sort of like 2 hours away up north.
Okay.
So it's hard for us to see each other and do things. Yeah. But
I do everything on my phone. Everything is done on my phone. I don't even upload anything to my computer or anything. Wow. I do it. I film it, edit it, and just put it out on YouTube on my phone. Oh, that's impressive. Because I did that. It took, it was a little bit hard. But so, hats off to you. It's all the apps. It's really nothing for, I saw your intro. Your intro is amazing. I'm like, my intro is just some flames. I mean, that was the thing about my intro. It's been there so long. It's like a kind of a child. I don't want to let it free. I don't want to bring something new. I kind of like it, and then when I smash things, Yeah. And then people get used to things, and then you take it away, and it's like watching a sitcom and they change it up or add a new character, like
Ooh.
replace somebody, and then it just doesn't have that same feel. Don't get me wrong, I love your intro. I'm not saying anything. I'm talking about mine. It's like I feel if I take it away, it just might. I don't know. I enjoyed
It will
that.
upset people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if this. Look at Pete here, eh? He's a shit stirrer. This guy.
Yeah. That She-Hulk that came out. The She-Hulk costume came out with it was Halloween time, and who was it? There was a live stream, and they had Halloween costumes, and everyone dressed up. So I dressed up as, because She-Hulk was a big thing at the time.
Yeah.
So I dressed up as She-Hulk because I had the Hulk costume, just put a wig on and put clothes on it, and then it just became a thing. And you know Chantel.
Yep.
So she did a strawberry challenge.
Right.
And I was like, to Rum, I'm like, hey, we should do a strawberry challenge. I'll do one as the Hulk, as She-Hulk, because I'm wearing the costume. So it just all kind of evolved. I mean, it's not, I don't do it all the time, but occasionally.
So that's this is what this reference is. Geek Strong eating a strawberry.
Rolando, what are you doing, dude? That set is private. How do you even have it? Don't watch that, because everyone's going to unsubscribe to me if you see that.
Rolando, you're going to go into timeout. That's rude.
He is everywhere. How are you here so early, Rolando?
He never sleeps.
G'day,
He's a floating head. He's just a floating head on a computer.
Yeah, that's right, Scotty. I don't like. I did one on my phone, but to continually do editing on the phone, man, that would just drive me crazy with the big fingers. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
I'm pressing the wrong things.
I don't think I could actually it's probably not impressive. It's more impressive to do that stuff on a computer, I think, because there's just so much more options on a computer that you can do. I think
that's very true. Like some of those, you get, and the thing is, and a few people would understand this. You get something in your mind the way that it should look, and anything less is not acceptable.
Yeah.
And I can sit there for hours watching tutorials. How do I make this thing appear and then disappear? And it's just, it is crazy.
I remember you messaged me one time when I just added the cartoon look of the characters of my friends, and I thought that was kind of cool, because when I was talking to Saul, the girl, she was I told her, I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in there as a cartoon image. Like, it just dawned on me to do that, like a stop of them as a cartoon, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have a program already. I just splitted it out saying, I'm going to put you doing this. And then I'm like, I bet there's apps to do it. And sure enough, there's an app, and it was real simple to do, but I think it was pretty fun, right?
It was. It was excellent. And then, like, because of you, that inspired me to do that. It's like a Take on Me. You remember that song from Aha?
Yeah.
Take
I don't know. How's it go? Can you do a little sample?
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I can't even sing that song. I don't even know.
So it's from Heart, right? You said Heart?
No, AH-HA. Aha. They're a European band.
Okay.
And you know, like, there's a whole lot of, she reads a paper and then it comes to, like, it's a black and white drawing and it comes to life, and then she goes in, and it was very similar to that. So that, I don't know, go back onto the catalogue, you'll see me do a Take on Me.
Yeah.
The song might have been bigger here in Australia than in America, because we get a lot of songs that are, more popular in our country than in other countries. And
a lot of bands, a lot of great bands out there, though.
I'm devastated that you don't know that song.
With your collecting, have you gotten to a point where you have to slow down, or you think you can still get more in there?
Isn't that so depressing? It does come a point where you look at. I just picked up Boba's Throne Room, but I'm gonna call it Jabba's Throne Room, right? That was a good amount of money. I'm like, where am I gonna put it? So this is where it's being displayed, right here on the floor. It's gonna go down there, because it's so wide
Show
and
us
so
again.
long. Look at it's like it's hard. I haven't fully set it up yet,
Yeah.
but this is pretty much where it's going to go. I had two AT-ATs over here. I don't know if you can see the AT-AT display over here, like a little
Yeah.
hawk.
Okay, yeah.
set up. I had two of them over here, but now I just have that, and so I had more room for this.
Ooh.
And
Big.
I may or may not be acquiring the barge next week. Where am I going to put it, man? Where am I going to put that thing?
You're going to put this stuff,
You
man.
do what I did. Because I made a cabinet for the thing behind me, and because you know, and it's on wheels, and sort of make that the centerpiece.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is actually because it's so expensive, I'm doing a lot of trade. So I'm getting rid of all my Black Series. All these figures here
Oh, yeah.
are going bye-bye.
Didn't you just put them all up?
I did. That's what happens as a collector, right? We're always, but that's actually a good centerpiece, right? So I'm going to put a shelf there. Probably what I want to do is I want to paint the wall to look like Tatooine, kind of. It's probably not going to happen, but that's my vision.
Oh, yeah. Like a mural.
Paint it and then have the barge up there. I would love to have a couple more shelves. So have Jabba's throne room and then have the skiffs with the, because I made a diorama with the Sarlacc pit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that video. So I have that. And if I could put all three of those together, which probably is not going to happen, but that would be cool.
Yeah, the barge goes for quite a bit now. I can't believe they didn't re-release it. They said they were going to re-release it, and they never did. And
they never said they were going to re-release it, didn't they? I thought they always said
they did. They did. They said they were going to. Hasbro said they were going to re-release it in a different box art, and then they didn't. They just didn't do it. So
I think if they do, that's really going to be a big no-no, because then that means they can release any of the HasLabs in a different box, and then people are going to be like, well, why would I back something when I know eventually you're going to release it in stores or release it on their site?
But that's like the Millennium Falcons. I mean, I've got about 10 of different Millennium Falcons, and they're
but none of them have been a HasLab.
Yeah, I know that.
That's the whole point of a HasLab is it's a limited number. Once it's up, and I'm not saying that they're not going to re-release it, but I think it would be a bad move if they did.
Are you getting the Ghost?
No, I never watched Rebels, so it's a great looking ship, but I have a hard time with the animation shows for some reason. Even though I love Star Wars, I love cartoons, I love Scooby-Doo, I love all that stuff. Yeah. But I don't know, I just have a hard time with it. I do want to revisit it. I do want to watch it because I do like Ahsoka and I like the characters and I know them because I've seen a few of the Rebels shows, so I know who they all are. Yeah. But I do want to go back and watch them all.
Yeah. That's like my partner. She's struggling with Ahsoka because she knows who Ahsoka is only because she was in, was it The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett? She's only live show stuff. So Rebels and Clone Wars, never seen, doesn't know any of these characters. Yeah. And it's hard to sit there and go, well, let me go back a few years, and you can't do it.
See, I remember I went to the movies to see the original Clone Wars when it first came out. Yeah.
I took my son. Yeah.
And then they had little baby Jabba. I still have that figure up there, little baby Jabba.
Baby Jabba, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, she was looking after that, wasn't she? And that was one of her first figures. She came with that little backpack with the little baby.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I have that.
Quite expensive now, that one.
Oh, is it?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of these early figures that are gone right up in price for the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love the eagle you have there. That's one of my holy grails right there.
Oh, that's my second one. The other one's in the cabinet, and I was just saying to Matt that
need zoom it in.
We're gonna do because we did the ad with the Millennium Falcon where he created the Kenner ad.
Yeah.
And so I got this up. I said to Matt, the eagle has landed on the flag, and it's a monster. You can see how big it is once you start bringing it towards the camera.
My buddy had that. That's the only reason why I know about the toy, and I want it.
It's a massive. I mean, it's very fragile.
Is it really? The
Yeah,
plastic is thin, right?
yeah, it's similar to like the Buck Rogers stuff and things like that. It's a very sort of thin plastic. I mean, it opens up to the interior inside, and this one's a bit incomplete.
Oh,
but
it
it's
looks
only
complete.
it's only a spare. So there was an ad. They did a kids ad.
Only a spare.
Yeah,
You know how hard
it's
those things are to get? And he's got 2.
Well, actually, I did have 3, and it's the only thing in my career as collecting that I've ever sold.
Oh,
and he
really?
regretted it.
And I still regret it.
Have you ever done any giveaways though? Would you feel bad about doing a giveaway instead?
Oh, Dino, don't go there.
I just it'd be like trying to give a kidney.
Yeah, right.
We did a Christmas one, and I said, you got to think of something for a giveaway. He struggled. And then the giveaway, and it was between me and him. We both gave something out. And, of course, we thought, I think Shabby won it, actually. Or no, G-Force won it. And G-Force said, and all it was, he couldn't give a toy away. I think it was just like a keep on collecting shirt and hat or something.
Really? But you display it. How do you have so much space to display if you don't give stuff away or sell things? How do you have? Because you collect everything, also.
Yes. Yeah, literally. Yeah. I collect a few things, but this is a 3-car garage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, that's
so
huge.
I mean, if I'll just while you're here, I'll get up and do the. So when you go back, oh, hang on. So there's the door over there.
Man, look at all those dinos.
All the dinos there, and then all the Star Wars is over there. There's another cabinet over in the corner, and then another thing like that. But I'm moving everything sort of around at the moment. You can see all those shelving. I'm sort of getting rid of all that.
I have those. I think those are the exact same shelves that I have.
Yeah, those plastic shelving, but things are all dark. I make it all dark. But if you go around, keep going around.
Yeah, I wish I bought white because it does darken everything up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then that's all the DC stuff there. You go around. That's my TARDIS.
Oh wow!
I don't know if you watch Doctor Who or not.
Yeah, no, I used to watch it with the guy with the curly hair. I don't remember.
Yeah, but inside is all the figures.
Oh my, that is incredible.
So all the figures are in there.
That is incredible.
And then you go around to that's the Ninja Turtle corner.
Oh, that looks nice.
But the thing is, as you can see here, there's a whole table of
Power of the Force.
The Power of the Force stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go over here, and that's where my other cabinet is, where the other eagle is.
Oh yeah. And is that complete?
But that's a nice white one though.
Yeah.
And,
is it complete?
I think it's missing a
figure.
The little guns and half a figure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They used to break the figures, right?
Big gym stuff down there, and mate, there's just stuff everywhere. I just, over there is there's a lot of stuff, aliens and more Star Wars.
Is the eagle easy to acquire in Australia?
Probably not. I think I didn't get them. I think I got them all from overseas.
Okay.
So I got them all from eBay years ago when sort of eBay started back in.
Yeah, so you got it cheap.
You got it. I think it started in America around about 95, and then we didn't get it till about 98. eBay, and then it became, and they were the sort of the first things I sort of got, because when I met Matt. Sorry, Matt was working in a video store, and
nice.
Yeah, we used to go around and it was great. It was
the same hairstyle, I bet, too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then we got onto Space 1999, and he says, "Oh yeah, we used to watch it." And I go, "Yeah," and I go, "Oh, I bought this big eagle," and that was it. It was like I infected him with a plastic virus.
I couldn't believe what he was talking about.
I have to admit, I don't think I've ever seen Space 1999.
Oh, it's a
the show.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
TV show, or was it a movie?
TV show.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had two
I don't
seasons.
think I've ever seen it, but I remember the toy. And the toy,
Yeah.
for me, a lot of times, I own toys or have or want toys that I've never even seen any of the movies or shows and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you are.
Ed Martin Lando in it and Barbara Bain, not Barbara Brain.
Barbara Brain.
Barbara Brain, yeah, it's the
Baba
new version.
Same
Yeah.
as like Motu. I collected Motu more than ever watched the show. I never really watched He-Man. I watched a few of the episodes, but it wasn't like I think I watched Ninja Turtles more than I watched He-Man.
Oh,
But I collect what I when I was younger, because I've collected all my life.
yeah.
I was buying toys in high school, middle school. I was buying
Yeah.
Smurf figures, but I would buy things because of how cool they looked.
Yeah.
And do you still have your childhood ones, or did you lose them and then?
You know something? I had Scareglow just recently, and I traded him towards the Kraken because I had Scareglow. I paid what
Mhm.
$5 for it back in the early '90s. I
Yeah.
don't even know what year it came out. So I paid like $5-6. So I've had it for so long. It's cool. I think the Origins is a great replacement for it. So I'm fine to part with that to get a holy grail item because I've had it for since how many years? 30, 40 years.
It's
I've had that
86, I think it
Scareglow.
came out, 85, 86. Yeah. So that's, almost 40 years.
Yeah, so I was fine to let it go and maybe another collector that would be their grail, but I was getting my grail, which is the Kraken. And you don't see the Kraken that often, at least in the wild. Maybe you find one
Right.
on eBay, but to find a minty Kraken, I was not going to pass that up. You have a
No.
Kraken?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah. The
You've got
Kraken
one, I
Club.
know. Yeah, join the Kraken Club.
Right?
I was so happy when I'd seen you pick it up. I'm like, good on you, Dino.
Yeah.
That's the way. They're really hard to find. When I was looking for mine, I just made that decision. I'd been watching one on eBay for a long time, and it was in America. And to get it out to Australia, it would have been with GST, which is like a tax and shipping. It would have worked out to be about $300 odd. Oh no, not more. What am I talking about? About $1,500 it would have been. And I'm going, you know what, like I'm just going to have to maybe bite the bullet one day and do that. Anyway, I'd saved up money and I thought, I'm ready to buy it. I'm going to do it. I thought something made me just look up eBay on Australia, and there was one local. I couldn't believe it. And, it was a lot cheaper than $1,500 because I just could go and pick it up. And it was his childhood one. And so he loved it. He looked after it. Nothing was broken.
Oh, nice.
So, you can appreciate picking up something like that. You just go, oh, this is just a dream come true. It's great.
Yeah, I've gotten most of my grail items. Like the Alien, the 18-inch Kenner Alien was definitely my top grail. The Earthquake Tower right here was one of my grails. I got that. I have the box for it too, which is super cool. Marvel World playset was a big grail. I got that.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Barge shortly. That's another grail, a more modern grail.
Yeah.
The Kraken. My Inhumanoids came back to me, so I have the big Inhumanoids now. The Remco monsters, I always wanted to get those back. So I think the Eagle might be the last grail item that I need, which is fun because you want the hunt. The hunt is what keeps us going, right?
100%. Yeah, you want. We do see a lot of eagles for sale. Like there's a lot of cons over there in America, and we're watching, say Greg Cook or Shabby or anyone that's doing these cons, and we notice in the background there's quite a few eagles. So there was
really.
I don't.
I don't go to cons that often, but
okay.
I should. But sometimes. Last con, we had a con over here around Labor Day weekend, but I was camping with the family, and we don't get to do many things as a family. Everyone's getting older, and everyone has their lives, and doing this toy collecting and YouTube takes a lot of time. And my wife, she's cool about it somewhat, somewhat.
Yeah.
So for me to leave during camp and say I'm going to go on go to a convention, it was I don't want to stir the pot, so to say. You know?
Well, yeah, I understand. Yeah, you've only got a certain amount of time for the hobby. The other time you got to put in for the family. So
it's hard to balance, man. Especially when I was bodybuilding. Also, bodybuilding definitely put a lot of hurt on the family when it comes to that, because it's definitely a selfish sport. And so you're up in the morning, going to the gym, nutrition. You can't eat with the family. There's no dinners with the family. You're everything's meal prepped, and then doing double sessions. So after work, I'd go to the gym and work out. So yeah, I mean, between that and now doing YouTube and all this, so I'm surprised she puts up with me.
YouTube's a bit easier, surely.
Yeah.
Well, at least you get to see her.
Yeah.
What's your go-to, Dean? Like, I mean, like us, we've got probably too many toys. We're almost like hoarders in some fact, I think. But what's your go-to toy line? Is there something that is your core, like Star Wars, Motu?
I guess, I like everything, and like my pet monsters. So it's hard to say, but I guess I gotta honestly say, and I just kind of realized it really is Star Wars. Star Wars is.
You can always default back to it, can't you?
Yeah, especially even with the modern, with the packaging for the vintage collection and stuff like that, and some of the sets. So even though I love, I wouldn't be able to choose one or the other of anything, because I love it all. But I guess I got to say I probably have more Star Wars than anything.
Okay,
that's what we played. We were Star Wars. In my opinion, if it wasn't for the toys, I do not believe Star Wars would be as big as it is.
You're probably right. You're probably right there.
Sure.
Yeah, the toys were huge. I mean, before Star Wars, I got Star Wars. So I had sort of things like Big Jim, and then Micronauts. Do you remember Micronauts?
I do. Well, I actually just recently picked up the Tube playset. I haven't even put it together yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got some Micronauts because I had them as a kid and the playset. But as soon as Star Wars came out, that was it. They were sort of like moved a bit to the side. I mean, we still sort of played with the ships because the figures are the same height. And
when I was a kid, my favorite toy was actually the Matt from Keep On Collecting doll. Right here, I have it here. So this was my favorite doll growing up. His tail was a little bit shorter back in the 70s, but
all I need is a new eye.
Yeah, honestly, $6 Million Man was my favorite.
They made a couple of those Matt dolls.
Yeah, I was actually gonna try to find a wig to put on it, but
that would top it off, wouldn't it? Good on you, Dino.
Have you got the rare Boba Matt?
No, that is highly collectible. That is highly collectible.
No, just variant that one.
That's awesome.
You too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that Steve Austin doll was amazing. Like as a kid, it was just like ours came with it was an orange bar,
I have the orange bar one too, and the engine
motor
block.
Yeah, the engine. I got the engine block.
Yeah, I have both. I have let me pull it up. It's right here. So the engine block.
Yeah,
people don't know, and then the bar, but look at the bar gets all twisted.
Yeah.
Well, that's because of him, because he's so strong. He twists.
Yeah, it's all like rubbery and stuff. But yeah, he was my favorite. I had everything I have all of them. The only one I'm missing, and that's another Grail item, is the Fembot.
Oh,
I would love to get
the Fembot from Austin Powers. Sorry.
Pretty much, but yeah, do you know the Fembot from the Bionic Woman?
Yeah.
Which one? You go.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say the rare one in the $6 Million Man, it was the Mars rover. You know, the black. Did you ever see that episode where the Mars robot went wild on Earth, and he had to stop it. It's got these. It's black.
I don't remember that.
It looks like a big oversized Dalek, and it's got these claws at the front, and he wrestles it. But they did a toy for it.
Really?
Very, very rare.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the toy. I have the what do you call that space shuttle that opens up to be his lab.
Oh yeah.
I have that. I have the beauty salon for the Bionic Woman. Got to have the beauty salon, right? Yeah. Look at you got the box.
If I turn it up the right side, yeah. That's it. Yeah, the Bionic transport.
Yeah. They had great packaging. I love the packaging on that.
Yeah, they did too. I think it looks like a thermos.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think is there a dude in there. I don't think there's a dude.
Yeah,
in there.
it was cool. It had like glow in the dark features on it. Yeah. But I remember playing with that. You have toys that you remember, like you can pick one. There's like one specific day that you remember with that certain toy, right? Do you have those memories of? It could be just one moment, and
there's lots of them.
Yeah. See, like the earthquake tower is one of my. I said it was one of my grail items, but I only remember playing with it. I only have like one memory playing with it. It's not like it was like every day. For a month, I remember. It was just one memory I have of it.
What toy line is that from?
I believe it was Ideal. If I'm not I could be mistaken. The box is over there, but it was. It was considered. I can't find the info on it, but it said it's one of the most morbid toys ever made, like the top 10 morbid toys ever made. But it sways like an earthquake.
Yeah.
And then it comes with like these little figures that are kind of like army men.
Yeah.
And so you got people in panic mode and stuff. I can show you if you want. If you want to see the figures, I can show you the figures.
Yeah.
You want to see the figures?
Yeah, flex away, Dino, for sure. This is what we're here for.
I think I have them here. Hold on. Yeah. It's amazing I even know where anything is.
Let's make it big too.
So yeah, so like it comes with a helicopter.
Okay.
With the rope.
Very basic, isn't it?
Yeah, and like a fire truck.
So what year is it?
I think it was 1974 or 1976.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then these are all the people. And it came with a record. It came with one of those little it wasn't like a paper, but a real thin vinyl record. And it was just like sirens and all that stuff. If you go on YouTube, there's actually a recording of it. And then you get the people.
Let me just make you big again, Dino.
So you have a policeman.
Okay, he looks
and
like
they all have
German
colors.
officer.
So then you have a person screaming. And a fireman.
Cool.
Yep. Wow, I've never.
But again, I remember playing with this with my brother and my sister. Just one day.
Do you remember how old you were? Approximately when you played?
I was born in 1969, so I would have been like 5 years old.
What? Did you say 69?
Yeah, I was born in 69.
What? Are you older than us?
I don't know. How old are you?
Yeah, well, what are you? 70, Andrew. Not 70 years old, born in 1970.
1970? Yeah, so you're going to be what, 53?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 54, so.
Oh, well, I thought we were the oldest in the community.
Yeah. No,
well done, Dino.
All the grays are chilling now. Look at this.
Just all of a sudden, isn't it? I'll look at videos that we've made a couple of years ago, and I've still got colour in my hair. And I look at myself on camera now and go, what happened to all the colour? That's why I've had to do this.
Yeah. That's not your real hair, right?
Yeah, of course it is, Dino. I went to Dave's hair.
Yeah. That fast.
He stole that hair off Scott Crusher.
Yeah.
No, it's not my real hair. Of course not. I seen this in a shop and I went, wouldn't it be fun? Like, and I'll have to admit, I've seen you muck around and Scuba Pete muck around, just come into a live stream dressed up. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun? I'm just going to go into a live stream with this crazy hair and muck around with it. And
I can't wait to see the She-Hulk come out in you. We'll never see that, will we?
No, I'm going to leave that one with you, mate.
Yeah. So do you, TJ says, do you guys play with your toys now? So I think reorganizing and setting things up is our way of playing, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And doing stop motion stuff, thinking scenarios.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I move the toys, I still make the noises in my head.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think it keeps you young.
Yeah,
it keeps you young-minded, and and it's a good hobby for remembering things too.
So, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I got a sister and a brother.
Do any of those? Do any of your brothers or sisters collect?
Yeah, my brother collects muscle cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like full scale ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a few of that. So he got into the mechanics. So when he's about 2 years older than me, and he was always into the die-cast cars, little matchbox ones. But as soon as he got to sort of like 10, 11, and sort of it was into push bikes, then into mechanics and things like that, where I still stayed playing with action figures. So
yeah.
And my sister was she wasn't sort of into that.
So does your brother collect Matchbox cars?
Not really. He collected those. There's a brand called Bianti in Australia, and it's we have a big race called the Bathurst race, and they did these 1/18 scale touring cars and things like that. Yeah. So he collects that type of stuff, but he's more into the real stuff. So he's got vintage cars and things like that. So that's his collecting. I've given him a few childhood things that I had that were his. Like he had we had the Evel Knievel. I had the bike. Yeah. So I've got it there. Got the bike and that. And my brother had the car. So I gave his car back to him.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I actually got, when I first started my channel, there's actually a company that still makes the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. And I contacted them. I think I had under 500 subscribers, probably a couple hundred subscribers. And it was kind of growing because when you get into a community, your channel kind of grows a little bit quicker. Yep. And then versus going solo, if nobody knows you, is probably a lot harder. But I contacted them and I told them I'm up and coming, blah, blah, blah. And they sent me a lot of free product.
Okay.
And I was going to do a review on it. But when I cranked over the Evel Knievel cycle, he could barely make it over the jump I'm like, what did you do different because I have one of the older ones. It's not an original, but it's like the same company that I think makes them now made that. Okay. And it like jumps, it jumps amazing. But the newer ones, I don't know what happened. Safety calls or something like that.
Probably.
I just couldn't get it to jump. So I told him, I said, hey, I don't want to do a review on it. But I've seen other people do reviews on it, and maybe it was just a bum product that I got. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who did the review?
I did a review.
You did a review. No, there was a chick that did a review on it, and you know who it was? It was that one who was a stripper. You know that one?
Yeah,
you know
What's her name? Bella's Toy Chest.
Yeah, that's right.
He had a great channel. You know, I didn't like what was happening towards the end. No, I mean, I watched it because I thought she had a great collection.
Yeah,
for real. And then because I'm married and we're older, and I'm not really, a perv too much. You know what I mean? I'm not a perv like that. So, but she had a great collection in channel. Then towards the end, it kind of like she was going off the rails a little bit because I think she had a lot of people that were going for that reason. But yeah, she had a really cool collection. I wish she still, she toned it back.
I don't think it was hers, Dino. The rumor was with that was she was a dancer, and COVID hit, so she had a boyfriend who was like us, a nerd, and she would show his collection.
She was doing that before COVID, though, wasn't she?
No, she just came along, and she in her very first video she says something about I'm a dancer. So I'm just if you go back,
really,
yeah. So and I think that was the rumor. I'm not making up, but like that was the rumor that she was showing his collection, and he would just chuck her in front of the camera because of who she was. And which is like
I don't buy it. I think it was hers. I'm gonna keep it at that.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Don't tell me there's no Santa. Don't tell me there's no Santa Claus. Please.
I love it. I love it.
I think the only episode of hers I still remember is what she opened something, and something went.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It was just a fluke.
Yeah, no, I never had any Voltron robots or anything. I was never really big on robots. The only Shogun Warriors, I had the Godzilla. Never had the Warriors.
Oh, I had the robot when I was a kid, the one that fires the fist out.
Yeah.
On the wheels. They came out to Australia here, and I miss that one. That's one I'll have to pick up again. But
Dean, do you have that Godzilla, like the Shogun Warriors Godzilla with a firing fist?
Yeah, that's my original. That's my childhood Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I almost sold it at my yard sale, because I was weeding stuff out, and I'm like, I'll put it on the yard sale. If somebody wants to give me $100 for it, I'll sell it for $100. This was years ago.
Yeah.
And luckily, some kid came over to it and he has the lever in the back and he's going like this, and I'm like, don't break it. Luckily, it didn't break. And
would you sell it now?
No, well, never say never, but well, you have things for so long, so they're not as. Don't get me wrong, I love the Godzilla, and it would, if I was to sell it, would have to probably go to like somebody that I know. Like, I have the Dark Tower game, right? You know the Dark Tower board game.
Which board game?
Dark Tower. You ever hear the Dark Tower board game?
No.
Really? Wow. No. So this is an 80s board game, and it comes with a black tower. Let me show you the tower. I think it's right over here.
Okay. No, I've never heard of this. We played a lot of these board games as kids in the 80s. Oh, I've lost Andrew. Well, Andrew's upset that you're going to show him the Dark Tower. He's decided to leave.
I had to find it. I'm like, where the heck is it? So this is the actual Dark Tower, right?
Yep.
And it's kind of like a you got 4 different territories, and you got to go around and you press buttons to get food, to get to feed your warriors, to buy warriors and all that. So
yeah.
But this was one of my grail items, and I'm actually trading this and the board game for the sail barge.
Thanks, TJ.
So I do, even though this was one of my grails and I love it. So and I would never part with it, but guess what? I'm parting with it.
Oh no.
It's going to somebody she's going to keep it, and it was one of her grail items. So I do part with things that you probably thought you never would.
No.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Cover my ears.
Yeah, Andrew's like
la.
No. But she actually runs the store, Full Moon Toys and Collectibles, and this was she was when she found out I had this, she was like, she wanted it for her collection. So I told her, I said, we got to get together after hours and play this game with a few other people, because it's a 4-person game.
Yep.
And I think that would be cool. It just sits and collects dust right now, so I'm fine with passing things along after a while. But man, this one's gonna hurt. This one's really gonna hurt.
Are they easily attainable? Like if you want to get back in a couple of years?
Well, this is probably $200 to $250 board game.
Wow. complete.
But yeah, you can find them online. Like,
Okay. What's the what's the other one? Crossbows and catapults. That's the one was big.
yeah,
A lot of people try and get hold of that one, and I'd love to get that one back into my collection. My brother, we had Hero Quest as kids. We played a lot of Hero Quest, and
yeah.
my brother goes, "Oh yeah, I've got that in the cupboard." So he pulled it out,
Yeah.
all complete, all the old written, characters and the way we used to play. I thought, oh, this is just stepping back, way back into the 80s and 90s when we played this board game.
See, I have had a couple of board games when I was a kid. One of my favorites, well, two of my favorites. One was a Frankenstein game, and I think I've showed it in some videos or live stream with Super John. Is a Frankenstein, and you build the Frankenstein pieces, and you have these cards that you have to pass around, and then you finally build up Frankenstein, and you try to stand them up. See, I had it as a kid, and I got it as an adult and played it with my son when he was like my age at the time. So things like that, I don't think I could part with. The Slime Monster game, I don't know if you know, I think that was by Mattel. It comes with an actual monster that you put slime in it, and it drips on the characters through the board game.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
Right? I can show you that. I have one open already that I could show you.
Yeah, show us.
Yeah, but like I acquired that and I played that game with my son when he was board games like that. I don't think I've actually played this one with my son and his friend too. So why am I getting rid of this?
I don't know, Dean.
What are you getting rid of it?
Well,
stop it.
It's the barge. How else am I ever going to get the barge? I don't have the money to do it. So you got to trade, and you can't trade with garbage. You got to trade with good stuff too.
Good stuff.
Right?
Really good stuff. Yeah, correct.
And it's going to a good home. She's not going to sell it. It's going to go to a good home. So I'm fine with that. We can't melt this down and make it into a casket and be buried with it, right? We can't take it with us.
There's an idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let me show you the
casket out of the toys, Andrew.
Yeah, because
what are you doing, Orlando? Bella's toy chest.
So this is the slime one.
Yes.
So you put the slime in it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of War of the Worlds, right?
It does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It looks a bit like that.
Someone played it. I think I remember Pixel Dan showing this game, but then there was another channel that plays them, and so I watched him play the game. I was absolutely fascinated by it.
Yeah.
But once again, another very expensive board game if you wanted it back.
Yeah, that one is expensive. That one and the Frankenstein one's really expensive too.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. If you start playing with your children, these say board games or some of these toys, it brings on a whole new memory, and new memories. You don't really want to get rid of them. But
and you can melt them down and make a casket because here's a prototype. So that's what I can do. Melt it down, make a nice black casket. There you go.
That took 80 vintage Darth Vaders to make that, right?
That's right.
Nice.
You said you can't take it with you.
Thanks, Rolando.
Rolando popping up the channel. So
he's really good. He's always just popping up all the links for everyone's channels.
I've been doing on my channel is Nightbot. You can set up Nightbot where people in the chat, you can have like Scott Crusher. I put him in my Nightbot. So you just type in the word Crusher and his channel pops out.
Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Yeah, because you did that live stream with is it Dan last
Dan,
week?
Yeah.
And you're doing it, you're practicing. So we're all like, and for keep on collecting, you're typing collecting. So I'm trying to get in there, but I think someone beat me to it. And
KOC.
KOC. That was it.
KOC.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoy it, but it puts Rolando out of work.
Yeah, we got to keep Rolando in work, don't we? Yeah, he's doing a good job. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
Rolando's awesome.
We appreciate it.
I really want to know how he pulls up like the strawberry challenge. How does he have it? Because it's not listed public.
I don't,
He has connections, man.
Who does he know? So that was a question. Like, I went to a birthday party, and I got yesterday, and I was chatting to a guy, and he's told him about the YouTube channel, and his question to me was, has anyone tapped you on? And see, you've kind of destroyed this question actually a little bit, Dino, because the question was from him was, if someone tapped you on the shoulder, and say you've got a grail piece there. And he tapped you on the shoulder, a little bit like Indecent Proposal, and they offered you an insane amount of money. Would you accept it? So, like Andrew's flag, it's taken him forever to get it. Someone tapped him on the shoulder and said, "We'll give you $20,000 for that flag." Would you accept it?
Yeah.
Dino's cracking.
Well. Yeah, I mean, the Kraken's only worth, like, what, $1,000?
Yeah, but an insane amount of money. Because to say it's the piece that they want, they can't find it. Yours is the one that they want. We'll give you $10,000 for it, Dino.
There you go. Take it. Yeah, I'll throw in some candy too.
Any Geek Strong merch?
Yeah, I'll throw in a T-shirt. There you go. And this is Geek Strong merch. Have you ever seen the movie Don't Scream? That's me right there. That was me back in the 90s.
Were you in a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
you didn't
that.
know I was in a movie?
No.
Oh yeah. It's on my YouTube channel. It's a movie I made.
You made?
Oh, well,
yeah, so I made it. So listen, let me explain this to you. It's kind of fun, and I'm sure we've all done it.
Yeah.
Right. So the movie Blair Witch comes out, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
When the movie, so they advertise this movie like it's a real event. So I go to the movies and I'm watching, and you're thinking this is a true event until the ending, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this is no way they're going to put this out if this really happened. But the marketing was amazing, the way they put that out. So I'm like, I want to have fun. I'm going to do what they did. So I went to, Best Buy, Circuit City. I bought myself a camcorder, and I'm setting up the tripod in my room, in my apartment. I'm going out in the woods filming. I'm setting it up as a tripod. I'm the victim, doing all this stuff. Yeah. So I made this movie, Don't Scream, back in when Blair Witch came out, which was the early 90s. And I thought to myself when I had my channel, I said, what if I get this footage that I created? What if I edit it, add some like Friday the 13th music, some Phantasm music, put some different sound effects? What if I have like put a TV screen up and like showed you what I wanted to be seen in the movie, but I wasn't able to create that image? So, but now with technology, I'm able to change it around a little bit, add some effects of like dizziness and things like that. So I put it out there, and it's like, it starts out with me saying, welcome it. Hey, you guys made it. Great. Let's go watch this movie. And I explained what I'm going to do. So so I took an old movie that I created back in the early 90s and added some effects and some music, and I created Don't Scream.
I didn't know this.
For the channel. So check it out. Geek Strong, Don't Scream. And it's just one. The thing is you got to remember, this is the 90s. I had like no acting skills. Not that I have any acting skills, but like the one dialogue is me saying the word Pippet, because the movie is me looking for my dog because there's a murder that just happened, and they want you to get everybody in the house, including your pet. So I'm out in the woods looking for my dog Pippet, and you know who Pippet is, right? Jaws. You ever see the movie Jaws? The guy's yelling for his dog, Pippet, Pippet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's the dog. And actually, in the video that I made, there's actually, if you look close enough, like what I'm calling Pippet, because I didn't tell people in the movie that was my dog. I actually have an image of the dog, that scene from Jaws. Like it's kind of an overlay of me, so you can still see the dog running through the water.
Okay.
So you know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But check it out. It's October 1st, so it's a great time to watch a good, scary, low-budget horror movie.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Like, are we talking a 20 minutes, or are we talking an hour and 20 minutes?
No. It's like I don't know, maybe maybe under 20 minutes, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, here it is. There's a link. Go
Yeah,
check it
there
out.
you go. Thanks, Rolando. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Rolando, give it a thumbs up if you liked it or not. And I was gonna do a giveaway at the time. I'm like, if I get X amount of likes and X amount, I'm gonna give away this Don't Scream action figure, which is the killer is Scream. You know, I had the costume, and right there is the mask. I don't know if you can see who my finger is. That's the mask right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the actual mask from that movie. So it's a highly collectible item right there.
As seen in Don't Scream.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna make a part two. Like, if you stay to the very end, you see that there's like, you know how like after the end of movies, after all the words and stuff like that, there's always like you can see. So there's a little piece at the end that shows you maybe there's gonna be a part two, and maybe you guys will be in it.
Well, this is it. Like, you could, I was thinking you could actually make a movie and get parts given to, say, you know, a bunch of YouTubers, get them to film it, get them to send it back, and you could put it all together. So
yeah, especially if people did like outdoor scenes, because then you can really like, you know, you can probably do a pretty cool like editing and add it all in that I'm actually there going to get, and you can have it like, yeah, it would be pretty fun.
We'll get Jennifer Runyon involved because she'll do things for friends. She says, I will act for friends. So
yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that would be cool. Andrew actually sometimes jokes about, you know, making a keep on collecting movie. I think Andrew's just joking. I hope.
I thought we could do a film where it was sort of like everyone's chasing after the ultimate action figure, you know, and they do each other in to get it.
Yeah, right.
Sort of a horror movie.
Yeah, it could be a horror movie. They're just chasing that.
Who would be the
some ultimate action figure that there's only one of, and every YouTuber collector sort of trying to get.
It's probably the Eagle. I bet it's that Eagle, and everyone's trying to get into Andrew's house to get it, and he's like, it's like Home Alone. Home Alone. All the collectors are trying to get it, and he's setting up all these traps, and it's this, you know, we're losing body parts, so it's kind of a gore movie, and yeah, that'll be good.
I wonder who the bad person, the nemesis, who ultimately gets it or gets close to getting it.
Yeah, I'll volunteer for that part. You'd make it go like that. You'd make a good Macaulay Culkin, whatever, however you pronounce it.
I know they're all after the ultimate Boba Fett Matt. Matt.
Yeah, that is. It's like a trophy piece.
Going back to that Steve Austin doll, what were we watching, Andrew? Was it Joe Fest? And there's a few of these cons, and there's this guy, he only does $6 Million Man. He has a stall set up. I don't know if you've seen it, in big videos. Everything, absolutely everything, just $6 Million Man. If you're needing something, I imagine you could just go to this guy and find it.
Really?
And a lot of them were signed. They were signed by, you know, that. Yeah, everything's nearly signed.
Steve Majors, right? Steve Majors. Yeah.
Steve Majors. Yeah.
Do you have Bigfoot?
Aren't they making a Fall Guy movie?
Oh, really?
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, they filmed. They filmed something in Sydney.
Yeah. So there's going to be a Fall Guy movie. I wonder if Lee Majors
went into that. Was that this year? Because I went into town and for the weekend work, and they'd blocked off half of Sydney, and they said, "Oh yeah, they're shooting something for the Fall Guy," and so
what is your so what is your grail items that you guys are looking for? You heard mine,
Andrew.
Well, it was that one. That one was the grail I was after. That was a toss up actually between the flag and the barge, and there was someone who had a barge for sale, and then I thought about it. I said, yeah, that's good as a Star Wars. That's sort of the holy grail as a Star Wars collector. Yeah. But then I looked at the flag because we watch a lot of the YouTube showing the flag, the flag, and I thought, I can do so much with the flag. You know, you can have all these things on it. You know, you can land your eagle on it. You can. I've had the the Daleks are taking it over. This is the Empire's taken it over, and I've done photos, and so you can really play with it a lot. And where the sort of like the barge is, that was that one scene, and
it's an epic scene.
It is an epic scene. It is an epic scene. Yeah.
That's a hard choice. See, I never collected GI Joe as a kid. The 3 3/4. I was the 12-inch GI Joes when I was growing up in the 70s.
Well, I never had it either. I never had Joe's. I only had the vintage Star Wars stuff, and so it's only now as an adult that I've got it, because I picked up at a church sale. This lady came in with a van, and she opened it up, and she had all this G.I. Joe stuff, and I said, "Oh, could I buy it before you give it to the church?" And,
wow!
And there was all these. A lot of the figures were missing, but the kid had all the accessories. He kept every little accessory. And it was only late recently, and I went, "Oh, well, I should put the accessory, find the figure to it."
Yeah,
the accessories are the hardest thing, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a fun little scavenger hunt.
I'm still doing. I'm still going through it and finding a figure, and then going home and going, "I wonder if I got the." And I go, "Oh, holy crap! I got."
Yeah, that's cool.
I got the accessory I can put with it, and so it's a lot of fun doing that. I mean, I suppose that you look at it because it's never ending. It's never a never ending type of hole with GI Joes. So many little accessories and things like that. And,
do you collect the classified?
No, I didn't get in the. So I don't collect the 6-inch in the Star Wars, and I don't collect the 6-inch in that. I just stick to that.
Just one. I only got one classified, and that was Outback. Because as a kid, I think as a kid we did have Joes, and the way we played was. It's like Doctor Who. I think you know who Doctor Who is, don't you, Dino? And how he regenerates when he dies.
I watched it back in the 70s.
Yeah. So when our character died in our games, we would regenerate into usually another GI Joe figure, or a Star Wars figure.
Yeah.
And so I would regenerate. I regenerate into him, and I just didn't want to ever die because I loved Outback. So when they did the 6-inch version, I had to get him, and just went, "Oh my god, this is perfect."
That's cool. I like that.
Yes, that's the only one I got, just because I loved it as a kid.
Is he supposed to be Australian, Matt? Because he's called Outback?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's Australian.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned that, and I got his file because I've still got the file card, and no, it mentions nothing about being Australian. So just his name, Outback. Yeah.
Yep.
That's his name. But my Grail is Eternia, Dino.
Oh, really?
It was the original. Like, I know they've got this new one coming out next year, I think it is. But did you back that one? The new Eternia?
No. See, I do collect some Motu Origins, but that was never like my go-to, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, it's Eternia, but like, I think as the years go on, I'm never going to say never, but as the years go on, it could be less likely that I get it.
My local shop had an Eternia years ago, probably like 10 years ago. They had, I think, parts of it, or maybe it was complete. I don't know, but that's the only time I've ever really seen an Eternia.
Yeah. Did you Melbourne? We had one down in Melbourne, didn't we? When we flew down to Melbourne, they had one down there. It wasn't complete, I don't think.
Did you ever have it as a kid?
No.
Yeah.
No, I had a lot of Motu stuff. Like, we had the 2 castles, like, Snake Mountain and Castle Grey Skull, and a lot of the figures, but no, never Eternia. I don't think Mum and Dad would have probably bought that for us.
It's huge, man.
Yeah, when did that come out? 87, I think it came out. 86, 87. So
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
How much would that have been even in the States? It would probably been about a $200 item back then. You know?
Well, didn't someone
say,
wasn't the flag about 400 Australian when it came out? Like, someone said.
Really?
Yeah.
It was $400 back in the 80s?
Yeah, when it first came out. Yeah, the flag.
Wow.
So I imagine Eternia could have been around the same price point.
Did you ever see, Dina, did you ever see Scuba Pete's one where he put the Eternia together and he broke the track? Yeah, we just went.
I don't remember seeing him break the track.
Yeah, watching it, he broke, didn't he, Matt? He broke the track.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you know, and I think the audio got cut then.
Yeah, no, I watch. See, when I usually watch a lot of YouTube when I'm at work, but I listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't always. That's why a lot of times if I'm watching a video and people are doing toy hunts and they add music, I can't. I don't know what they're looking at. So that's why I always want to tell people, please describe what you're seeing, because not everybody actually watches. We listen.
Yeah, it was so brittle. The tracks were so brittle. Apparently, even when they were new, they just broke. So
yeah, that's heartbreaking, man. I think I'm sure I've broken stuff putting things together.
Well,
I know I did recently. I can't remember what it was though.
But I watched this G.I. Joe stuff because you get it and it's all dusty and dirty and it's just so fragile.
I've done toy reviews and I think I've had 5 toy reviews where I've broken the toy during the review.
What, with new ones or just the vintage ones?
Yes, new ones, and it was like, what the,
Did Dungeons and Dragons one break on you?
Did it? Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, Dungeons and Dragons did not break on me. The new figures, no, surprisingly enough, they didn't. I had what did I have? I had Count Chocula, the Jetta toys. Count Chocula, that was, I think, the first figure that broke. I had a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle break during a live stream. Yeah, I've had a few. the ET bike broke in like 2 spots when I was doing the NECA ET bike. That was heartbreaking because I was waiting for that for like a year to come out.
It's like these DC ones that look like the
oh yeah.
Anyway, the plastic in them, they're rock hard. So like this one, try to put the trident in the hand, and then the trident just broke because you could not get the you could not get the hands to open up. They're just like rock hard. Yeah, really rock hard, the hands, and you couldn't get them open. So I think they thought that the people would never take them out of the packet. They'd have them keep them on card, so they didn't make them that good. But they're just rock hard. It's really And I said, I swore at that one.
I have the superstars, the wrestling in that style.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love that line.
Are they the same? Are they hard or is it a softer plastic?
I haven't even opened one yet. I have them still on card, and I do want to open them up because they have the packaging is still the packaging as like the Motu.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool packaging. But I do want to open them up. I want to replace them with, because I have the regular wrestling figures, the Ultimates and stuff like that. But I want to replace it with the Superstars because that's more of a vintage style. Yeah, exactly.
Kevin
Those
Nash,
are cool, man. Look at that.
Yeah, I just made him up. I think I found an old hat from like Mattel or Jack's.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, and chucked a belt.
That's Kevin Nash. That's the one I don't have. I don't have Kevin.
Oh, don't you?
Well, I don't. I have 2 Scott Halls, and see, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, they weren't like one of my favorites. So, but I do want to get them to complete. But I picked up a Scott Hall that has the name pill. It says Kevin Nash on it.
Oh,
that's right. We saw that. We watched that one. Yeah.
No, Kevin Nash is my favorite, so I had to get him. Have you got this, Dino? Have you seen one of these before? Let me make myself big.
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, it's good, Matt.
Such a noob. You've got one of these, Dino? Or you've seen
I had that. I had that exact thing. I think I sold that at a yard sale. That's a cool.
You sold it again?
Yeah, I back when the kids were little, we had yard sales, and I'm like, these things are sitting up the attic. I had a smaller display, and then I was still collecting, but I was collecting for the kids. So I would go to the toy stores, and I'd buy Monster High dolls. I would buy little pet shops. So it was like hunting for me, but it was for my kids. And then during my yard sale, I was selling some micro machines, Star Wars micro machines that I had through the years. And a guy came over to me and he had the Star Wars Death Star playset, right?
Oh.
It didn't have the box, but he had it. And we did a trade, and that just sparked everything back up. It was like a candle to the flame, man, just exploded. Then I bought Yoda's Dagobah. I bought all the stuff that I had and all the stuff that I wanted, and it just started multiplying. But I've been collecting on and off through my, I've been collecting all my life, but it wasn't, everything I was collecting wasn't always for me. It's still the hunt, trying to find those rare dolls and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, that ET set, we looked it up about probably 6 months ago, didn't we? There wasn't one on eBay in the world.
A year ago, Andrew.
Where? For what?
For that set. ET set.
There wasn't one on eBay in the world.
The ET one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, really?
We were playing a game. It was like an eBay challenge. So you'd pick an item and you'd go, okay, I think maybe $200. So you'd go onto eBay to try and find the last listings that were sold. There was just nothing, even current. There was just nothing.
Yeah.
So,
because I forgot I even had that until you showed it. Because I have the house still. I still have the ET house that was part of that series. That it wasn't a house. It was ET's Elliot's bedroom, the closet.
Yeah.
So I still have that, and I still have a bunch of the figures from that. From that set, yeah, I even had the white van that was open up. Yeah, I had the white van. I sold that, unfortunately, but yeah, I remember that. So that one I think opens up, and he can go. It has like a ladder.
I've never opened it.
Really?
No,
yeah, you gotta play with that stuff.
I don't know why though, Dean. Like, see, like, I went through a divorce, and everything just got chucked into tubs, and I just forgot about them for years, like 10 years. And I've only just got like set the room up in the last maybe 3-4 years. So it's come out, but yeah, I suppose I should probably, because I can see the tape across there as well. So
I think the back of it is flat. I don't think it's completely round, right? I think the back of it's flat.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it looks like it could be flat.
Like you can put it up against the wall.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when they were at the Toys R Us, and they were on the shelves for years. And I used to have a bit of a gag with the manager, and and then when one day they're all gone, I said, "What'd you do?" And he said, "Oh, they all went in the dumpster."
Wow, really?
And I wanted to. He goes, "No, they wrote them off. Apparently, they wrote it all off with insurance."
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And you think because nobody sort of bought them, and they discounted them down to nothing, sort of thing like that. And now because they're all gone, it's like we bought this Jaws set from Reaction years ago. You ever see that one?
Oh, you have the exclusive.
Is it?
I don't have that one, but I do have the Jaws. I love that, man.
And we were just watching a I think it was a British shop.
Can you show that again, please?
He wants to show it again.
Yeah, show it again. I love that. So just talk and hold it up. Just talk and hold it up so I can. Yeah, Jaws is like my favorite. One of my top 5 favorite movies.
You can see him in. You can, if I can get it in there. You can see him in there. He is
in there.
Yep, and he has the machete.
Full figure in there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But what I was saying there, the British show that we were watching, there was a store. There was one in there, and then we couldn't believe the price they had on it.
Yeah, that one's expensive.
Remember, Matt?
$600.
$600 or something like that. I just go, what? You just can't believe how some things, like what I'm saying is, like that ET, back in the day it was cheap and they discounted down to nothing, and because they're gone, the price of them goes up through the roof.
I broke my finger, so I call it the ET finger. See how it's bent like ET finger? I'm not doing it, but yeah. So when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I was showing off in front of my cousins, and I picked up a dumbbell, a weight, and I lifted above my head and fell backwards, and it crushed my finger. And broke it. So I can't move the tip. The tip doesn't move. Just like that. Yeah.
Has it lost feeling? We can feel. Has it lost its feeling in the tip as well?
No, I have feeling. It just the tip doesn't move at all.
It doesn't move.
But it was hanging on by just a piece of skin. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, right.
You
At least I
get
thought
that
it
out
was.
in Halloween, do you? You get it out and scare the kids.
Yeah.
Look,
I
it's
just
like a dead
saw the
hand.
ET, but I used to do like a
Party trick.
dinosaur. It looks
Yeah.
like a dinosaur, doesn't it? When the kids are little, to do that.
Kids love
Speaking of
it.
dinosaurs,
It's good party trick.
you guys pick up the Brachiosaurus?
Oh, that's the Hammond one, isn't it?
Just
Yeah.
the original one we've got, but not the
We got the
Hammond one.
original one, yeah, and we
Yeah.
haven't seen that one turn up yet. We never
I
got
haven't
the.
opened it yet. Look at the packaging, man. The
Yeah,
packaging,
looks amazing. Like, let me
Yeah,
just-
that's
Beautiful.
awesome.
it's
I'll
too
make
big.
it.
I don't have any place to open it, so I'm just going to keep it in a box for now.
Yeah, wow.
Because
My-
we're waiting for the Dreadnoughtus.
Yeah,
And they never
Yeah.
come down here. Never come to Australia.
Never seen. No.
they have the new ones coming out October today. I think today is the
New one.
baby T-Rex from the Hammond collection comes out.
Oh, okay.
We
That
just don't,
and also another dinosaur from I think the second movie comes out. The one that she was petting. What was her name? I can't remember her name from this. I think it was the second movie.
not Ellie. Juliet. What's her name? Lewis's
Yeah.
character, Sarah Harding.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. She was petting, I think, the little dinosaur with the spikes on its back.
Stegosaurus.
There's
I
a little
think so. I
stego,
think-
yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
they have a baby Stegosaurus, and that one I believe comes out in the Hammond collection today.
Oh, in the Hammond collection. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
These are all like almost like double ups.
This one here. That's it.
Bit like-
Yeah, I believe that's the one, but I think it's going to be a little bit more articulated.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Triceratops where you can lie it down. The Hammond one you can lie it down like it's on its
Yeah,
side. Stick.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like
Yeah.
that one.
And you make the dino poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got some of the vintage Jurassic Park stuff?
I only have a few of the vintage figures. You know, I never realized that I liked Jurassic Park as much as I do until the Hammond collection came out, and then I started setting up my figures and all the. It just looks pretty cool when you set it all up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I love Jurassic Park. Don't get me wrong, but I never knew I was like a collector of dinosaurs. I never collected dinosaurs as a kid.
Well, the original Kenner ones were very basic. They looked not really anything like the characters, were they?
Yeah.
So,
I have
mean,
think three or four of the characters.
yeah. I mean, as kids though, you wouldn't really care, right?
Yeah,
You'd
exactly.
be going, oh wow, I get
Yeah.
my characters and vehicles and dinosaurs. You'd be just as a kid happy as Larry, just playing
Yeah.
with those figures. But as collectors, you're going, oh. You still get them, right?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
you go,
they're
oh,
good
they
to
don't really look like
represent.
characters anymore.
Yeah, but I'm having a fun time with the Hammond collection, setting it up. I mean, you've seen some of my Jurassic Park videos, I'm sure, with that set with the lights, and it looks like lightning and stuff like that. Looking it on through the camera, the colors are a little bit off, but in real life, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Looks
No,
really
like
cool.
when you showed it on that video, I think it was the Spielberg one that you got, and you showed it like adding
Yeah.
him in. Yeah, it's amazing. That
Yeah, it's pretty
collection.
cool.
Like when you
Yeah,
set
and
up
it's
as a
fun.
right?
It's fun to make the video and put all this music and sounds. It just gives it that. It brings it all to life.
Yeah. No, I think like when you at that beginning, that's a little bit like what Andrew and I used to do, where you muck around, like you jumped in front of the camera, hey, I'm from here, and like you go cut, not so bubbly Dino, and you're like, oh okay, hi, you
Yeah.
did those
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
It's like that's something Andrew and I would have done,
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that intro. That intro was fun.
Yeah, just that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just having
Exactly.
some fun, mucking
Exactly.
around.
You don't
with it.
realize how many people might watch it. You might tone it down a little bit, but you kind of do it for yourself and some friends, and then you realize, it's out there, man. Anybody can see it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like us. We just started mucking around one night, didn't we, Matt? Matt comes down and stays, and we just started mucking around. I said, "Oh, let's film something. Just put it on YouTube and see how it goes." And
Yeah.
so it's like our first one. And I'm going, "Is it on? Is it on? Is the camera on?"
Yeah.
Say that about half a dozen times.
Some of my first ones were so bad. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, if you like toys and you like fitness, then you're gonna like my channel. You know what I mean? And then you watch it today, and it's like, man, wow. I'm surprised anybody watched
We
it all.
evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah, we evolve. Well, our first couple of videos were just woeful. I would never recommend it to watch it, anyone. We're trying to talk about a toy, but I think we're in our pajamas. That's how bad it is.
We're in our pajamas, yeah.
That's why I do voiceovers. That's why I like to do voiceovers, because then I can retake it and say what I want to say instead of fumbling over words. Sometimes when I'm not like I don't know how some of these guys, like Scott Crusher, his videos, the way he speaks, I wish I could talk as cool as he does. I mean, he's just so smooth when he's describing stuff. I have to do voiceovers in order to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. Other than that, I'd be fumbling around. I think even like when I watch my Snake Mountain, I didn't do a voiceover when I was showing the toy, so it was okay, but you pick out a lot of things and say, what are you talking? I called like a foothold, a peg hole with the pegs, and I'm calling it a peg hole. I'm like, what are you doing?
Sometimes, you rewatch them, and sometimes I don't even finish the sentence. I'm saying, what were you talking about there, Matthew? Like, and just go, and it's really hard to edit, because did I pick that up somewhere else in the video and I can bring that forward now? But no, it's just, sometimes it's just woeful. But yeah, you're right. Scotty does everything that comes out is very gold.
Yeah.
All the right words. I just go, wow, like, yeah, it's magical.
Yeah, some people have it; they can talk and stuff like that. But we enjoy it. We learn. It's if you try to pay attention, and you might learn something from other people.
Yeah, I think also, like Andrew and I have decided, it's not really about try not to compare yourself with anyone, because like if there's someone that's just way up here and you're probably down a little bit down here, if you start comparing, trying to get up to that level, you just you're hanging yourself.
Pressed,
Yeah, if you have fun, that's a good thing. Rolando knocked that off, putting out that strawberry challenge there.
Oh dear,
he's laughing. Rolando,
he's
man,
a cheeky bugger.
Yeah, I just lost about 500 subscribers.
It's done by candlelight. Was that were you being romantic, Phil?
Really? Yeah.
The light was bad anyway.
I love watching his toys. He went to Toys R Us with his daughter, and man, Toys R Us over in Japan was amazing.
But even the figures he gets, the G.I. Joe figures he gets in Japan, it just shows that, like, I mean, a lot of ours are quite rough, and they've really played with them. But the ones from Japan, they must be really sort of like controlled, because they're just mint. All the ones he's getting.
Really?
Yeah, so the children
all the old ones?
Yeah, the old ones, yeah. So what I'm saying is that the Japanese children must have showed a lot of respect when they played with their toys. You know, because they're all good quality, really good quality.
Yeah. All my toys, when I was young, I always took care of my toys. I don't think I had my toys broken. I always put all my toys away and
mostly. It's as an adult, I become clumsy and I drop them and I break them.
Yeah, right. Well, it's like a domino, man. I put it on a shelf and if you try to move, you're like, I'm gonna put it over here, and then 5 other figures fall.
Your hand sort of comes down, or I'm just gonna place that figure here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like these
what's wrong with me?
Like these ones, these Justice League Unlimited ones. They got these. If I can get one here. They got these Justice League Unlimited from the cartoon. So I got all them, but they have a look at the legs.
Yeah, I know, right? They skip leg day.
Yeah, so what it did, I had them all standing up. So in summer, because it gets quite warm down here in Australia, and they'd actually bend. So now I've got them on the 3-tier shelf, and I just lay them on their back so they don't.
Do they have peg holes?
They're all down.
They don't have peg holes?
They do. And it's very small. It's not the standard 3 3/4 peg hole. And not only that, they had these special stands, these Justice Limited were written on it. And they sort of slipped in, but all they did was slipped in with the feet, and then the feet did this.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And so, because they're all, I mean, that's how they look in the cartoon. They're all this, you You should build yourself up like that, Dino. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I miss those days. I used to look halfway like that. Well, my legs were bigger. My legs were bigger though. My legs aren't as bad as Gap saying over here.
Yeah, so they just end up just lame on the back, and because but you know when it's change of season when all your figures are falling over.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Thanks, Gap. I actually won I took first place in my last bodybuilding pro show because of my hamstrings.
Oh.
My hamstrings were better. Everything else was pretty equal, but I think my hamstrings were a little bit better than the next guy, and he took second, I took first. So Gap, my legs were pretty good. Not anymore, but
how
they
tall
were
are you, Dino?
What's that?
How tall are you? Are you a 6-footer?
No, me. I'm only 4'3". No, I'm like 5'7". I'm like 5'7".
5'7". That's about your height, isn't it, Andrew? You're about 5'7".
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I think I shrank a little bit. I thought it was close to 5'8", but I measured myself and I'm like 5'7".
I used to be 6'3". They've taken I've got a new knee, a new spine. I'm down to 5'9" or something now.
Really? Wow. They took out
like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan like 6'5", and he's now like 6'2" or something.
Yeah, I mean, we all shrank. Everything, like all your joints and everything, start to get worn down. So every half inch.
Unless you go to space and then you actually expand a little bit, like an inch or so. Apparently, your spine goes an inch bigger.
Yeah,
that's where I need to go. Well, we've been at this over 2 hours now, Andrew. Dino.
Okay.
We might have to wrap it up. It's past 11 o'clock here now.
Well,
wow.
Before you go, Dino, I know it's coming in. It snows where you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have to send you a
shovel.
Not a shovel, but a keep on. Do you wear beanies?
I do wear beanies sometimes. I actually just started wearing hats when I do live streams. I typically don't wear baseball caps, but I do like beanies.
I can send you a keep on
collecting.
I love it.
Keep on collecting beanie. I've got them in blue, red, or black.
Yes. I do like the wow, man.
Or the red. The red's a good for fitness.
Ooh,
red.
Yeah, not the red. I like the blue or the black is really nice.
Blue and the black?
Yeah, probably the blue. The blue looks really popping.
Blue's good. Okay, mate. We'll have to send you one along. We'll get your address off.
You can match my blue one there, Dino. So
yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Sometimes if hats are too tight, it gives me a headache. How about you guys? If you have a hat too tight, does it give you a headache?
No.
If it's it's pretty tight.
Hats are sensitive. My head's sensitive, I guess. That's why I never wore baseball caps. Is because I used to get like if it's too tight. This hat's perfect. The Boba Fett one, it's great.
Yep. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, Boba Fett. What have you got coming up on your channel, Dino?
At 9 o'clock is Toys and Fitness with Dan and yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In about 45 minutes.
Well.
Wow.
Who's going to bed? I'm not.
Yeah. I know. So you're up at like midnight watching us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow. Like last week, I think we're just into daylight saving. Today is our first day of daylight saving, so we've lost an hour. Last week when we were watching you, it was 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And it went through to about midnight. I think it went about an hour.
Yeah, we try to keep it at like an hour. I think sometimes because there's other people that do live streams. Salacious does his Lego build and stuff like that. Yes. So I don't like to cross streams if I know somebody else is going on. We might go over a little bit, but I think an hour between two people talking back and forth, it's enough, you know. Sometimes we have to rush, but I think it's good for a rewatch. If you get a live stream that's too long, maybe like this one. No, but I think we had a great time. I think we had a good time. It wasn't.
Well, the thing is, we haven't done one with you before, Dino, and it's good to get to know. Like next time, maybe we'll just do more of a selected subject and stick with something.
I want to be part of the Sunday crew with a bunch of you guys because I wanna hang out with all of you. Like, yeah, I want Crusher. I want
Oh, you
yeah,
want
Phil.
the collectively speaking one that we did with
Yeah, with
yeah.
Ed 5, all you guys. I mean, I want to be part of that crew. You guys do
Oh,
it during the week though, when I'm going to work.
yeah. Well, that was a thing. Like, I think you're only available on a Sunday morning if
Yeah,
you're a busy
Sunday's the
man.
best. I don't
Yeah.
mind
So
getting up early. I'd get up early. I'd get up at 5 o'clock to hang out with you guys.
yeah. Okay. Well, we've got to pick that one up again. It's just this is our first thing back. It's been out of it for a bit. So yeah. We'll pick that up hopefully shortly.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get everybody in sync.
It is, like,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a few time zones around the world, it does get really tricky. Sometimes you've just, like, I remember we were doing another stream and we were always doing it on Monday night, but we had a couple of guests overseas, so we had to change it to, say, a Sunday morning just to be able to get them on.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's people
I
still
think
watch.
Sunday's a good time to do stuff, right? Not
Yeah,
many
it is.
people are working Sundays unless you work retail.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Yeah, exactly
Especially
right.
tonight here, because tomorrow in Australia, for New South Wales, it's a public holiday. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
really? What is it?
yes.
What's tomorrow?
What is it, Matt?
Labor Day.
Labor Day. That's it.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is. Oh,
yeah,
okay. So yeah, we already
yeah,
had our Labor Day.
yeah. You had it recently, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think
Well, I
we've got
went back to
anything.
the gym on Labor Day. So are you guys gonna go
Yeah.
back to the gym? No? No?
No.
So have you guys been into fitness at all through your, like, when you were kids? Did you go do the gym life and all that?
Yeah, no. So I don't like gyms. Gyms suck. Sorry to me. I'd have
Yeah.
to go with a mate for sure because I can't
Yeah.
go by myself. I just lose focus. But I used to do triathlons, like the Ironman or half
Yeah.
Ironman
Yeah. Yeah.
triathlons. So before everything started to break, yeah, full on doing 2 kilometer swims, 90K bike rides, and half marathons. Like, so the body just couldn't hold up to keep
Yeah.
on doing
No,
it.
I get it. That's that's definitely a hard to
Yeah.
do all that.
Yeah. So it's just that it was multi-discipline stuff. So that was it was great. It was an amazing adrenaline rush. Like Andrew, and it's like you were saying, Dino. People, something has to suffer, and my toy collecting just dropped right off. I wasn't hanging out with Andrew much. I was
Yeah.
always training, and as
Yeah.
you say, you're trying to eat right, so you're not snacking. You're losing a ton load of weight, and you can run for miles. And
It is hard to do it all, so you got to
yeah,
kind of balance. Like, I don't think I could be focused like bodybuilding competitions if I was collecting and doing YouTube and all that. It's just
correct.
way too much. You got to
It's got
focus
to be
on
one or
one
the
thing.
other. Yeah,
Yeah,
I never did sports dinos because there was too many good things on TV.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
you look
in
like you
the
have a
80s.
frame of a bodybuilder.
oh,
God,
Yeah, there
pull
you
it
go.
off.
You can definitely see that
Those
you
boobies,
have.
Andrew.
Yeah.
censor him. Hang on. Well, back in the day, it was either should I go exercise, run around the block, or should I stay home and watch Battlestar Galactica? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've always been, like I said, I've always been Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man was my favorite character back in the early 70s. I would eat spinach straight out of the can.
Oh,
Yeah,
What?
because I always was fascinated with bodybuilding, I guess, and being strong and things like that. So like I said, I broke my finger lifting dumbbells, and so it's
Mm.
been fitness and bodybuilding and being strong has always been an interest to me. Conan the Barbarian, watching that movie, seeing Arnold for the first time. I think
Yeah,
his first movie was what, Hercules or something like that.
yeah, Hercules in New
But
York. Yeah.
yeah, Hercules in New York, which is definitely probably a movie he wants to forget.
yeah.
Let's pretend Conan was his first one.
Exactly. But yeah, so I've always been into that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it is a good feeling to be strong and be able to do what you can do. Like, you train your body. It is an amazing feeling. And like, I
Yeah.
remember doing that half Ironman out at Penrith there, Andrew, and I was absolutely rooted. But this, I was like, within half an hour, I'm going, when's the next one? I've got to sign up for another one.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed, like, when I did bodybuilding competitions, I actually enjoyed doing routines because I like to be creative and try to come up with like a theme. Like I came out as Freddy Krueger, dressing my posing suit was I painted to look like the red and green stripes. I had the Freddy glove and the hat, and I did Aerosmith's that song, the Dreaming. I can't even remember the name of the song, but you know, the sleeping song, whatever, watching you when you sleep. So it had to do with like dreams, and so I like to be creative and stuff like that because I always knew that most of the people in the audience didn't care about bodybuilding. They were there just to support their family. So I felt it was my duty to entertain.
Yep.
You know, so that's what I like. That's what I enjoyed probably the best.
And it's now moved to the YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Cool.
Like I used to do a game on Xbox and the computer called U-Star. And if you watch some of my live streams, I actually put up a few of the clips that I've done. Like I dressed up as Princess Leia. But I had a friend in California, I had a friend in Australia, I had a friend. We used to collaborate our videos and made a Batman series. It was my character was the Scarecrow. I've dressed up as Robin, and my other buddy was Batman and the Joker. So we would put all our scenes together and make a series. So I've always been into like acting and doing silly things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Rolando's still going with his She-Hulk stuff. What is going on?
Man, yeah. Have you seen that She-Hulk? It's pretty
Well, you know we're going to go and find it.
Yeah.
We're your members, so we're going to go and find it.
Don't think less of me. So I'm doing like a sexy thing, eating a strawberry, because it was a strawberry challenge for Chanty, and I figured if She-Hulk, I could do it. And I may or may not have done some dancing in my time, if you know what I mean. So I may or may not have. Just we'll leave it at that.
Well, it's definitely going to be tracked down and watched, that's for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately. Thanks a lot, Rolando.
Well, we appreciate you getting up nice and early and joining us, Dino, and hanging out with us.
Thank you for coming on.
Probably been an hour and a half or so, so it's been really good. Good to get to know you. We'll do it again sometime, whether it's probably with a group.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah,
like you said, we'll get you involved and have another chat. It's good to get to know you, Dino.
Yeah, it was fun to hang out. It wasn't like it was just hanging out and talking. So I mean, like that. Where else am I gonna make friends of people around the world? Australia, the UK. Right. I mean, some of my best friends I'll never meet in person, and I consider you guys are like my best friends that we all hang out, and we just chat like we just. We see each other all the time. It's like
it's like as if we went to a pub. You want to go, and we're just sitting here having a drink and having a chat about toys, getting to know each other. That's what it's kind of like.
It's awesome, absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So that's one good thing that's come out of COVID, I guess. We can do this type of stuff. We've all learned about this type of tech, and we've all got involved. And people with hair, I don't know how you do it. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. I'm really sorry I wasn't really up to date with the chat. I'm a little bit out of form, but we really appreciate you dropping by, hanging out with us. And remember, as we say, keep on collecting. And what do you say, Dino?
What do I say? I don't say.
What do you say? Let's do this.
I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to all our channels. And remember, we are all Geek Strong. Take care, everyone.
Yes. Excellent.